The Chattanooga Police Department is teaming up with Erlanger Trauma Services to offer a free class on response to active shooter situations and how to help in a bleeding emergency. It's scheduled for January 22nd and the Health Science Center at Chat State. Joining us now to talk about this event is Sergeant Sean O'Brien and Regina Young from Erlanger. Guys, thanks for being here. I know it's early.
Good morning.
Hey, so talk to us about what all this event entails.
So we have obviously in this day and age tried to, as a department, bring civilian response to active shooter training to the community. And this is the next evolution in it, partnering with Erlanger to include the trauma aspect of the training.
And a lot of people say, you never know how you'll act until you're in a situation like this, but how important is it to have a plan ahead of time before something like this does happen?
Yeah, one of the main things that we talk about is being prepared, beforehand, because if you don't have a plan, when something does happen, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So that is really the focus of the aspect that I teach, and the same goes for the trauma side of it as well.
So what do these plans look like, for just a generic example?
So we teach the avoid, deny, defend model, which is if you can avoid the violence, do that. If you can't, you want to deny access by that suspect to a space if you're indoors. And then the last part of it is to be ready to defend yourself if you have to.
Mm-hmm. And now this event isn't just for help with a shooter situation, Regina, it's also information on any kinds of bleeding emergency. Talk about what you guys are teaching.
Absolutely. So the Stop the Bleed program was initially developed for active shooter or mass casualty incidents. But really and truly, it's for any type of bleeding emergency, such as a car wreck, a bad fall, a gunshot wound, that type of thing, injury at home, because you've still got to stop the bleeding that is occurring to save somebody's life. And we look at how to recognize life-threatening bleeding versus just something you need some stitches in, and what to do for those, such as apply direct pressure, wound packing, or tourniquet use.
And now, what are people to do in these kinds of situations? Is it, it's more than a first aid kit when it's a mass casualty incident. Talk about that when those moments do strike.
So absolutely, one of the things that I hear you also mentioned is, oh, I don't know if I could do this in a real life situation. And really and truly, we're addressing what's going to kill somebody first when it comes to bleeding. So we want you to apply direct pressure initially. If you have an injury to an arm or a leg, you can put a tourniquet on. Depending on the type of location of the wound, you can pack those wounds and apply direct pressure. And the whole goal is for people to be familiar with what to do before they get in that emergency situation.
And this isn't the first year that you guys have done this. Talk about the kind of showing that you saw in years past.
So yeah, I mean, this has been evolving over the years and probably picked up a lot more traction post July 16, 2015 here in Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. We've done, as a department, a lot of different things with Erlanger, and this was just a natural next step to bring the trauma side of it mm-hmm. in.
What are some things you want people to know before attending that event on the 22nd?
So this is open to anyone in the public. Our information is on our department Facebook page. It'll be a 2-hour session, 1 hour of the civilian active shooter response, and then 1 hour of the trauma aspect of it.
What a great event. I know it's going to help so many. Thank you guys for being here this morning. We're going to post this information on our website and inside our WRCB app. Coming up on Eyewitness News Weekend today, Allison Pryor will have another look at this weekend's